Patty. She's a reluctant star. Patty, we are walking and talking and tell people where we're at. Because people who watch from Transworld Industry, they don't know about this place, do they? Where are we at, Patty?
Streets of St. Charles there.
Streets of St. Charles, okay. To give you an idea, right over there, that is St. Charles Convention Center. And that is a really nice hotel too. It's called Embassy Suites. And then right there is Bass Pro Shop. And then right across the street there is where we did the last video, which is St. Charles Landing. And then there's a casino. And then you can see there's a hotel. And this is a really cool place. Tell them about it, Patty. What is this place?
What do you want me to say?
But it's right down the street from the convention center. And it's absolutely awesome. And right there, they're building tons more condos. And it's right off the highway, off of Highway 70. The main convention center is down the street from Highway 70. So when you come to St. Louis next year and you want to walk around and go to an interesting place, last time we featured St. Charles Landing, which is amazing. And then this is across the street from it, called St. Charles Main Street. They spent over, I don't know, it's like going on $2 billion. That restaurant's really cool, Napoli. There's a workout gym in there. And this is another fancy restaurant. And they have all kinds of shops, all kinds of places to drink. Bar Louie right there. There's a big AMC theater over there. Prosno's. Now, what's my favorite place to eat there, Patty?
Tucanos.
Let's walk up there. And here you can start to see, that's AMC theaters down there. But I've heard a lot of people talking about, you know, places to go or places to eat. And what's that right there? P.F. Chang's. And if you can eat here, this place is great. This is called Toscano's Brazilian Grill. So you could actually stay, in other words, what I mean is get a hotel down here in St. Charles. It's just on the other side of the airport. And if you're, you don't like the St. Louis downtown hotels, this is a great place to stay because at night there's so many restaurants. There's a lot of things to do. There's casinos. And by the way, see, that's Highway 70 where you see all the cars driving. Well, right there is the bridge. And right on the other side of the bridge is another casino called Hollywood Casino. And that's also where Dave & Buster's is, right, Patty? So Dave & Buster's, from where we're standing, is right on the other side of that tree line over there. Right, Patty?
Yeah.
And this restaurant is awesome. This is called a Brazilian steakhouse, and it's called Toscano's. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. And it is...
Everybody but you knows how to...
Okay. But it's a Brazilian steakhouse where they bring the food to your table. And I've been to a lot of them, and most of them are bad. Some of them are amazing. Probably the best one I ever ate at was in Atlanta. But this one is my favorite right here.
I've ever eaten at was in D.C.
Washington, D.C. But this one is good, though.
Yeah.
This one is first class, okay? And then you have a Five Guys Burgers. But today, we're going to talk about a whole different subject with Patty, because Patty helps me in this regard. We're going to talk about how to make more money with your escape rooms while we walk around and show you some other places to visit while you're in St. Louis. A lot of people really like this Dewey's Pizza.
Delicious.
You like
Really
it?
Good, yeah.
But see, this is a great place for you to stay if you don't want to stay downtown. And look, if you have an emergency with your teeth, okay, there is a dental office. You could just come out of your hotel and go get your teeth fixed. Now, when you're looking for events and things like that to do, right, Patty? What is right on the other side of this Quick Trip? Literally right on the other side of this Quick Trip. The Family Arena?
Oh, yeah. The Family Arena.
Yeah. So if you look up online, Family Arena.
We saw Snoop there.
Well, we saw Snoop Dogg there. But if you look up Family Arena, I think it might be familyarena.com, but it's Family Arena St. Charles, okay? And you can get a massage, Patty, right here. If you stay in that hotel, you see that hotel's called True, but you have an Embassy Suites right there. And I would say if you were driving from here, the nice thing is you just get right on Highway 70 right there. And it'll take you about 20 minutes to get down to the convention center. But this is a great place to stay. It's an amazing place to stay. Those are all condos. But when I was talking about the Family Arena, you can look up and see what kind of events they have. They have concerts, you know, they have circuses, they have all that stuff. And it's a, you know, mid-sized arena. It's right there. Look it up. So when you're staying down here in St. Charles, opposed to downtown, oh, we're gonna go down here, Patty. Stop jaywalking. And look at there, there's a Buzzed Bull Creamery. So that's ice cream. And there's a coffee place. And you can go banking. And this is a place to take your kids called Play Street Museum. Oh yeah, they put the alcohol in the ice cream. So come on over here, Patty. So where we're standing, this lot, I guess they plan on building more stuff. And this whole area is under, it's like a $2 billion project that's going on the other side of that building right there. That's where the river is. And they're building this thing called Riverwalk. And it's like gonna be condos, restaurants, things to do. And it's gonna go literally miles down the river, and all the places will be built right on the river. And so I'm hoping that when you come to St. Louis, and if you don't like staying downtown, there are other options where at night you can have a lot of fun. A lot of places to eat. Extremely safe here. Extremely safe. But we're going to talk about escape rooms. We're just kind of sort of setting the table. And that's one of those fancy hotels called True from Hilton. And here's Patty. And by the way, when you need gas, it's right in front of the place. So you got that going for you. She said, oh Lord. But look how beautiful it is here. Our next walking and talking, we're going to go to a place called Newtown. Right, Patty?
Sure.
And we're going to walk all of Newtown and show you how beautiful it is. There's no hotels. There's no hotels. But they have one of the coolest amusement attractions in St. Louis there called Fast Lane Cars. And this Mission Taco joint is a St. Louis only place. And then they have this like arcade built right next to it. And so let's talk about escape rooms, because that's what the video's about. But look at all the people eating in there. And then they got pinballs. They got all kinds of retro arcades. Just kind of take a peek in there. There you go. Yeah, and they have skee ball. Patty loves skee ball. So Patty, when it comes to escape rooms, tell people what you do for the escape rooms and how it's really majorly impacted.
I book parties. So we are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I book parties, corporate events mostly, and a lot of 8th grade mystery parties. Those are big bookings. Right around this time, April, May. Anyway, book parties all day or night, Mondays and Tuesdays, as well as in the hours before we open on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So, and I've got a lot in April and May. Like I have 3 private parties in one day. One starts at 9, the next one starts at 12:30, another one starts at 4:30. They're just boom on top of each other. And then on top of it, we, in order to encourage our game masters to want to work them, we make the customers tip $100 minimum tip to the game master for working the party. So
We also do parties during the week when we are open, before we open to the public.
that's what I just said.
Yeah, I'm talking about the rest of the week too. So then the escape room masters or whatever have to come in early.
On Thursdays, we don't open till, I think our first games are around 3:30, so somebody's usually there around 3. why book them anytime prior to that?
And here is some of the places in this directory that you can eat.
And they'll pay more. Like if you say your parties have to be groups of 20 or more in order to warrant the value or whatever, and you've got a group that calls you up for 12 people, just charge them more. Just say it'll be this much per head. Charge them double. If they say no, they say no. But a lot of times they say yes.
And by the way, Patty, right over there is the Funny Bone, which is
Comedy club.
a comedy club. Yeah. And then you have Arch Apparel. So it's everything St. Louis. So if you wanted to buy St. Louis retail, look at these people right over here. Yeah, St. Louis Battlehawks.
Our new team.
Now, Patty, another thing that we're doing right now, we've applied for a
Liquor license.
liquor license.
Well, we were applying and then COVID hit, and then we backed off of it, which is a good thing because if you had a liquor license, they were zoning in on anybody because you have to pull down a mask to drink. So they were zoning in on lockdowns for anybody that had a liquor license. So it was a good thing we didn't have it prior. So we kind of put that on pause, but we're picking it back up.
And Patty, what is the Funny Bone? What is that?
Just ask.
I don't know, but what is it? You've been to it.
It's a comedy club.
It's a comedy club. And they have national acts. And you just go to Funny Bone, and then you can book a ticket there. And that's Prosno's. That's where my son worked for a long time as a barback. Patty,
He was a busser.
a busser. Same thing.
I mean, he did barback stuff.
And then this is some sort of Orange Theory fitness. I don't know. You do exercising in an orange environment. Then you have a sushi bar.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, Patty loves sushi. And we're going to walk this whole place while we talk about escape rooms. But let me explain the liquor license and how we're going to do it. We've applied for the liquor license. We're hoping to get the liquor license. And right now we have a cooler that just holds beer, or no, it holds water and soda. And it's just big enough to like put enough stuff in there to last like a week and a half, 2 weeks or so. So I'm gonna buy one twice as big, and it's just gonna replace that one. So it'll have beer, wine, like different kinds of cooler type things, packaged wine.
The seltzers are real popular right now.
Yeah, seltzers, whatever especially whatever the liquor company.
Something that's just grab and go. Nothing that's going to be like mixed drinks. We don't have a wet bar or anything like that. So
let's walk down here, Penny. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get a bigger cooler. We're not gonna have a bar with hard liquor. We're not trying to get anybody drunk. But the profit margin on beer is really high, or wine, or anything. And so it'll be really easy. We don't have to put anything we don't have to have a cooler. I'm talking about like a cooler where you keep things cool, because you're not a high volume location. You're gonna have everything in the physical cooler, and then you'll have stock somewhere. And as you need it, you'll just put more in. Just the same way we do with soda and everything else. And what is this, Patty?
Napoli.
Look at that, Napoli Italian restaurant. And I guess that's oysters. I don't know why anybody would want to eat that. And that's shrimp.
I don't know.
I really don't know why anybody would want to eat that. And so that's
This is the next restaurant that's coming in. Napoli's making another restaurant called Napoli Seafood. It's going to be all seafood. Right now, Napoli is,
Italian.
It's
Italian.
Anything. Steaks, chicken, seafood, pastas, gnocchi.
So let me give you a couple other tips on raising the revenue of your escape rooms. I can tell you from my standpoint that it's not really about just escape rooms. Can you believe this? I didn't even know this was here. Buff City Soap.
You are like ADHD today.
So look at this. You make soap. Okay, they're not open, but you make your own soap. So when you're staying in one of these places and
I don't think you make your own. I think
No, you do. You make your own soap. You can make it.
It says handmade daily. That doesn't.
Yeah, I know, but I think you can make it yourself as well.
You've never been inside, but you think.
No, I've never. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. That place there called Sauce on the Side. That is, what are those kinds of things called? The pizzas, the calzones.
Yeah, calzones.
Yeah. And that's really popular here in St. Louis. And then First Watch, the daytime cafe. Never been
Closes
there.
At like 2. It's lunch.
But
Everywhere.
at any rate, look at that. They're building all these like nice condos. And when you come to St. Louis, Drury Plaza Hotel is a very popular. They're based. They're first off, they're nationwide, but they're based here in St. Louis. And they have a lot of hotels here in St. Louis. So when you stay here at Streets of St. Charles, you can stay right there. But for my, when I first opened my escape rooms, I noticed that people sit in the lobby for a while and they do nothing. But a lot of escape rooms don't have anything going on in their lobby. So I thought we would add pinball games. Pinball games are expensive, and a lot of people like to go places where you can play them because they are so expensive. And the artwork is amazing, the colors bouncing around, and they really have added a lot to the escape room. And look at this, Yoga 6. I think at your escape room, so there's a yoga place right here. You can come here and do yoga. Look at that. And you can do a lobby, and you can put fun things in there. I found that pinballs. Now that we're getting a liquor license, let me tell you the biggest draw for pinball is if you have alcohol. You could have pinball players coming to your place just to play pinball. Look at that. Laser hair removal. So if you want to feel a little better before the trade show, you come over here and get some hair removed. And then this is a place called Loaded Elevated Nachos. And this place is crazy over here. I've been in here. Nor walls. And it's some kind of like ice cream and
frozen drinks.
frozen drinks. I think they have ice cream too with alcohol in it.
Frozen drinks can have ice cream.
And then right over here, there's an AMC theater. Right there. That AMC theater is really nice. We're gonna walk down past the AMC theater and look at what they're doing down there.
By the river?
By the river, yeah. So, but that AMC theater is actually a brand new one. And then over here, you have Hot Box Cookies. And someplace called Louis Bar. It's a really fun like bar to go and watch games and stuff. And they're building all this. And there's a lot of things to do. And by the way, see, there's another hotel right there. And again, where that hotel is on Highway 70. So the airport is a little further down. So from the airport to here is probably, I don't know, 8 minutes or so.
I was gonna say 10.
Yeah, 10 at most. So if you fly in to St. Louis and you don't want to stay downtown, look at St. Charles, Missouri, and you could stay in a place just like this, and you would be going the opposite way of the city to go to your hotel. It would be like an 8-minute drive. So to get from here again to the city is really not a big deal, especially if you're going to go at like 10 in the morning. You're going to drive down to the convention center. It's going to take from here to the convention center. How long do you think that's going to take, Patty? 20 minutes maybe, tops?
No, longer than that.
I don't think so. It's about 20 minutes. From here, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
From here,
Wow.
because you're right on the highway. You're right on the highway. Now, getting back to escape rooms, the mini golf has been huge. People come just for the mini golf, then book an escape room. People come from the escape rooms and say, "What the heck? Let's book a mini golf." But the biggest thing for me right now is adding the alcohol, and then I'm gonna get rid of all the video games and go straight pinball. So I'm gonna have about 18 or 20 of them, and they bring in people who like to drink. Now I'm not gonna try to get anybody drunk, but you sell 2 or 3 beers, that's like $25. Okay, that's big money right there. And that is a big way to increase revenue at your escape room. Now, check this out. This is all going to be done before Transworld next year. So as you can see, they're building, well, let's go over there and look at it and see what they're building here. We can go look at the pictures. And I'm only showing you this because by the time Transworld happens next year, all of this will even be done, and you could stay right here. Look, you'll be able to go canoeing, up and down the river. Let's see. See, they're building a new shopping district right here. That looks like it's just the same thing over and over and over again.
I want a canoe. I didn't know that's what they were.
Yeah, they're gonna have canoes and everything. But this is what's gonna be really cool, that I think a lot of people from Transworld will dig, is this place right here. This will be done before next year's Transworld show. So if we walk over here, and this is gonna be really cool if you wanna stay here. See, all of this is being developed into entertainment, more hotels, shops. But this is gonna be a big pickleball place. It's gonna be called Chicken and Pickles. And you can see it right there. It's gonna be a massive place to eat and play pickleball. And it's right here in St. Charles. And it'll be open next year when you decide to come to Transworld. And this is giving you an option, a different option, when you come down here. See right there, Chicken and Pickle.
Chicken and pickle for pickleball.
And here, we're gonna get a really good idea of what they're building over there. So you play pickleball all over the place. And you can already see these things right here are right there. It's already happening. Looks pretty cool. Seeing that's the inside. They're showing you. And I guess this is, oh, they're also going to have foosball, shuffleboard, ping pong, sports on the walls with pickleball and all kinds of food. Now, getting back to escape rooms. Getting back to the escape rooms. One of the things that I found will really help your escape rooms make more money is how you advertise them. We don't advertise on Facebook. And I think that's the biggest mistake that escape rooms make, because people on Facebook are just sharing personal content. They're not going on Facebook and searching for escape rooms. They go to Google and search for escape rooms. And to a much, much lesser extent, they go to Yelp to find escape rooms. Look at that, Patty. I think I'm getting hungry here, because I guess those are pickle bites. Fried pickles. Yeah. And it looks like they're gonna have cornhole as well. And I think advertising, how you advertise your escape room, is a big, big, big part of whether or not you're successful. We spend most of our money on Google, and almost exclusively on Google. And then we do just a little bit. Patty's way over there. You coming over here, Patty? And we spend just a little bit on Yelp, because people do go to Yelp and they search for restaurants and so on and so forth. And I can tell you another way to really make more money with your escape rooms is don't offer any more discount coupons and stuff like that. We haven't been doing that for a long time. And here's another key tip, is Groupon, okay? One of the misconceptions I think about Groupon is that you've got to put your whole facility on Groupon. To get on the Groupon marketing platform, let's say you have 6 escape rooms, just put the one that's the least booked on Groupon. You can do that. So you get them in the door with Groupon. So we have 7 escape rooms, but only 1 is on Groupon. And so that is an easy way to market on another platform where people are searching for things to do. You have to remember, people are searching for things to do. Look at that, she circled me. What a scoundrel. And that is the key right there. We have our mini golf on Groupon. Our biggest thing is just promoting the escape rooms, obviously. But now we're gonna have we're gonna have a bar. If we were to add food, you need to look at this channel, because we just recently went to a pizza show. You can do food if it was pizza, because at that show they make it really easy to do pizza. But I think an escape room has to be more than an escape room. So when you're looking for a space, shouldn't you be looking for something bigger than just the escape rooms? Like, could you add mini golf? Maybe. An arcade, a pincade, a bar. I think that's long-term how you make money. The biggest reason why escape rooms do well is because you abandon the idea that escape rooms are about puzzles. Most people don't know how to solve puzzles, okay? They're not mathematicians, they're not, you know, that what they're looking to do is have a good time. That's what it boils down to. And then there's AMC right there. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't have good puzzles. What I think is more important than having the best puzzles is having the most entertaining experience. So recently, I went to Vegas and I went through the It experience. I've also been through Blair Witch and Saw. People will say, well, those aren't great escape rooms, or they don't like the puzzle play, or whatever. They come to my place, they say the same thing. But they're making a lot of money because it's an experience. And I think that's the biggest takeaway, that when you're building an escape room, you're trying to create an experience. So when you're going to Transworld, the trade show, for example, and you're just in the escape room business, you should be looking around in the animation department, because having air blasts or fog blasts or an animation jumping out of a wall, this adds to the experience. It makes it more fun, more exciting. And I will tell you too, the horror themes I think are the best, not because I'm in the horror business, because that opens the door wide open to creating more of an experience. And what I mean is animations popping out, people getting scared. I've taken an approach kind of like building a mini haunted house with puzzles. And not all of my escape rooms are scary, but they all have some scary elements to it. Even Wonderful Wizard of Oz, it's got a moving floor, right? It's got all kinds of things happening. The Jurassic one we built, you get attacked by a Velociraptor, you get attacked by a Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? There's loud audio at the end. So even though you could say it's horror, you could say it's not horror, you still get attacked. And people like that because it's more of an experience. So if you're going to do a dinosaur theme, why wouldn't you have some dinosaurs to attack them and interact with them? I just think like escape rooms need to go above and beyond. Just like, even if your whole escape room was nothing but locks, who cares? Did something jump out? Did some tilting floor happen? Did some ghost appear? Did something make them go, wow? I think it's the way to go. And when you come to our escape rooms, when you're at Transworld, that's exactly what you experience. Is a lot of animatronics, a lot of special effects. And I think that's what people want. And somebody asked me, oh, by the way, I'm gonna show you this place because we skipped right over this. This is called Sanctioned. And when you're down here, this is a big shoe store, sneaker store, you know, like where you get the high-end sneakers. And it's not open right now, but you can see rows and rows and rows of sneakers. So if you need a new pair of shoes to walk around at Transworld, you come out of your hotel, you come over here and you grab them.
What's the other store that you like? Is it Urban or something?
Urban Necessities in Vegas. Yeah, this store is just like it, just smaller.
A lot smaller.
Yeah, a lot smaller. In Vegas, everything's done over the top.
Yeah.
So you also might be asking yourself, if I'm in the haunted house business, should I get into the escape room business? Well, absolutely. Because if you understand detail, theming, and animatronics and things like that, create an escape room that makes people scream, laugh, surprised, And then make sure it's like extremely detailed. And I think that's the most important part of making an escape room extremely profitable. Somebody recently asked me, why are our escape rooms so successful? And I said to that person, what's the key ingredient? And I said, well, it starts with having the best ones in town. And I think that's how you roll. We have every franchise, right, Penny? Of escape rooms in St. Louis, and we crush all of them. And I think it proves out that the most important part of being a successful escape room facility is the experience. And then the pinballs and the mini golf, all combined. It's like a escape room facility. And I think that's the escape room entertainment facility is what I meant to say. And that is the biggest takeaway. So there you go. That is our walking and talking vlog for the day. For anybody that's even thinking about getting the haunted house business, the escape room business or whatever. And it's getting dark. And I think that's about all from here in St. Charles at St. Charles Main Street. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. We're going to do more walking and talking. And by the way, we're walking and talking because we're getting really old. So we're walking for exercise and talking about ways that we can help the industry get better, make more money, be more successful. And by the way, a lot of people have accused me of being about nothing but money. Well, that's just false. Because at my escape rooms, we pay our escape room masters more money than anyone in St. Louis by far. So we have people making, I think, up to $22 an hour plus tips. Okay, because we have a tip jar for our escape room masters. And, they're doing really well. But when you make more money, you can pay your staff more money. And the more experienced your staff are, the better experience is going to be for your customers. And one other thing, I plan on taking out my haunted house, the TerrorVisions one, at the Darkness. And I'm going to open a licensed escape room there, where it's going to be an escape room only that's connected to my horror gift shop with an arcade. And I'm going to charge almost twice as much to do it. And I'm hoping that's going to be very successful as a standalone business. And here's the thing, if you have a haunted house, you should be tearing out. Like, your haunted house doesn't need to be 30,000 square feet. You should have a gift store. You should have escape rooms. You can double down on the space. It's about what makes you more money. And you can actually make your haunted house better if you're making more money. And you're able to retain some of your best people year round by having them over there. And here is the Buzz Bull Creamery, where you can get all kinds of ice cream. And they are closed. So hopefully you found this vlog entertaining, as Patty's back there looking at her phone. There she is, right back there. That's a really cool shot right there. And people told me to get a gimbal so the camera doesn't bounce around so much. It's really not as much about like production as is information. And that's what we're trying to provide as we get closer and closer to exiting being in the operations of attractions and maybe move down to the Bahamas maybe and just sit on the beach. And we want to share information and help people. Where'd Patty go? There she is. So our next vlog, we're going to go to a really cool place here in St. Louis because we want to highlight the fact that St. Louis is a very nice place to live with lots of things to do, beautiful locations. And I've said this to people, St. Louis is not a city, it's a suburb city. And we are in the suburbs. And that's where 95% of everyone in St. Louis lives. They live in the suburbs, not the city. And that's why the city has all these problems with ratios of murder per 1,000. And it's because no one lives in the city. So every city, most of their murders happens in the city. They just happen to have a higher population. St. Louis is one of those cities where everybody's in the suburbs. When I say everyone, I mean almost everyone. The city has about 2.7 million in the media market, and only 200,000 or so live in the city. And it's not a good ratio. Like where in Chicago, the city to the suburb is 50-50. I think in Detroit, it's probably like 35%, 40% live in the city, opposed to the suburbs. In St. Louis, it's like it's about 96%. So you've just learned about this area here. It's very beautiful. You can walk around here, you can eat, you can get waxing, you can yoga, you can do whatever you want. And you can stay here. It's about 20 miles from downtown St. Louis. Lots and lots to do. All highway. And just so I'm clear, when you get on the highway, there's an exit for the convention center. You don't even get all the way to the city and you come to the exit, right, Patty?
Right.
It's like convention center exit where the dome is. It's really easy. You get right off there, you park, and you're good to go. And I think actually you probably could get there in 18 to 22 minutes from right where I'm standing. Beautiful place. Right across the street from the streets of St. Charles. And until next time, we're going to show you another awesome place right here in St. Louis that you can visit and talk about the haunted house industry. But leave a comment below and tell us what you would like us to talk about. What information would you like us to share? And we will. Until next time, there's a hotel you can stay at, the Drury. This vlog is absolutely, as the movie industry would say, cut.